Good evening, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to our Thursday night special episode number 3. And today we are very happy to have Melvin to join us again.
Hi guys.
Hey, Melvin, how are you?
Hi. Yeah, thank you for having me again. It seems I have never
sure.
left the studio.
Well, at least now you have a swimming pool behind you.
Oh yeah.
Nice house, bro. Huh?
Yeah,
man.
private.
Private pool, yeah. Every house needs a swimming pool if the wife allows.
Yes.
Well,
Right.
definitely. I mean, talking, circuit breaker, 60 days at home or so, still
Yeah.
counting, having a swimming pool, especially when you have, family members. I think it's a very cool thing to have.
Yes.
Yes.
It is.
And
yes.
it seems like only Melvin has a swimming pool right now.
Yeah. That's why. I need to go over to your house already, bro. At least.
Yeah, please come over. It's a very private place.
Hey, cannot visit friend, Phase
No,
1.
nobody can see you.
Oh, I need to wait to phase 3 lah. Wait for the swimming complex to
Yeah,
open.
gotta wait to phase 3. Yeah. gotta wait to phase 3 for the whole thing. Yeah.
How are you, Fan?
Good. I'm good. Yeah, nothing much lah. Basically, we are still, even though we are in phase 1, but I feel we are still in a similar position like before lah. Circuit breaker. Nothing much have changed. Yeah.
And now we are playing a little bit more games every day.
Who play? Not me lah. I don't play games one lah.
You don't play game? Who?
No lah.
Maybe Melvin?
What kind of games? Oh, by the way, do you know that Counter-Strike is on free? It's on online free.
Yeah. I read.
The what's that? The first version or something.
I think the classic version, right?
The classic
It's
version.
it's still very popular. It's still a game
man.
that's very popular. Everybody, is still playing because it's free, available, and then you can play and things like that. I think it's good.
Yeah, but I don't play games lah. I read books one.
Wow.
Really.
Yeah,
Educated. Very
yeah,
good.
very very studious kind.
Today we're gonna talk about names. That's our topic for tonight. And we are going to talk about names, special name, interesting names, and why some people have
Certain names.
certain names, right?
Yeah.
It's not to make fun of anybody, but we read about the topic over the internet, and then we feel that it's a very interesting topic because different culture names are different.
Yeah.
And
I mean, everyone will have a time, right, where they will encounter this, some weird names, or I don't say it's funny, but I say names which are weird, names which are cool, like.
I find it weird. I used to have one of my first job after national service was to do IT support for a company. I shall not mention the name.
Call center.
No call center lah. It's a desktop support. Means I have to go around meeting the employees to help them.
Oh.
And usually they will create a ticket and then you have to go find them where are they sitting and then you have to greet them, right? So when I received the ticket, it's like, hey, this person's name is Honey. So it's like, okay. So I went over to her and then I look at her, she looked at me and then I said, hey, Honey, you need some help on your PC? But
Wow.
I just find it very awkward.
Yeah, very awkward. But her name is really Honey.
Yes. It's official, it's not like a nickname that she created just for people to call. But I do have, experience in other jobs that because I have to make some phone call if certain incident happen. And there was one night shift, I have to make a call. And then I pick up the phone and say, hey, my name is Ricky and, I need to report this incident. Okay, can I have your name? And I heard the name. He should tell me Apple. I was like, Apple? A-P-P-L-E? Yes, Apple. Then I wrote down Apple. And then over the next few shifts, same thing happened again. I had to make phone call. And then next few days, they are all different lady. They sound different to me. and they told me all their names are all fruits. So it's pear. There's another, I think strawberry or something like that. So the next shift, I asked my colleague, I said, is this a joke that people are playing on me? Giving me the name. Then he told me, no, it's difficult for them to tell you their name because they are Thai and their name is pretty long and sometimes very difficult to pronounce and write. So they just give a short name and they decided fruit is easier for us to remember. So they have apple, pear, and strawberry. Yeah.
Got durian or not? Mao Sangwang, Little Tin, Red Prawn.
I think Mao Sangwang wasn't popular back then. How about yourself, Melvin? Have you encountered any incident, where you have to greet somebody by the name and feel awkward about it?
I have.
I saw Ang Tao join. Ang Tao, how are you, Ang Tao?
Well, Ang Tao is what? Red bean.
Yeah.
Red bean, right? Red bean. The first time when I was introduced to Ang Tao, he came up to me and said, "Hi, I'm Red bean."
Yeah, correct. I remember the incident. Yeah.
Yeah, because his Chinese name is Hong Tao, right? Then he's in Chinese you have the Hanyu Pinyin, right? The Chinese pronunciation, and then you have the dialect pronunciation.
Both have different meaning, right?
Yeah. It's the same meaning. It's just that the dialect is the intonation changes.
Oh, okay.
So like Hong Tao is the Hanyu Pinyin. Then Hong Tao, right? Then when it gets translated to the dialect, right? Like so-called like a direct translation, it becomes Ang Tao, which in Hokkien means red bean.
Yeah.
So it's quite If you talk about incident, the first time I met Hong Tao, that was how he introduced himself.
I saw Ang Tao join the Facebook live stream, so I
he said hello.
Yeah, hello Ang Tao.
And when I was working in in a corporate, my last corporate job, right, I had this tech support guy. Okay, his name is Genius.
Oh,
literally, his name is Genius. So every time we call, he's not call center because he's a direct. Like he will come down in person to do your, solve your things, right? So every time when we call you, we're like, hey, Genius, need help. Yeah, so that was a bit funny, every time
a genius is coming.
A genius is coming to solve your IT problem.
Yeah. I mean, it can go two ways, no, good and bad, no. If he managed to solve it, then he's a genius. And if he don't manage to solve it, people say, genius, what? Genius. Genius, that kind of tone. Yeah.
Indeed. How about you, Fun? Any experience?
Not really lah. I don't really have much friends with weird names because maybe I should ask you this question. Why are you named Fun? Okay, very good question.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you guys know, my name is Muhammad Farhan.
Yes.
Okay. Back then in primary school and secondary school, right, I have a lots of friends who, even though Farhan is easy to pronounce, right? Just 2 syllables, Farhan.
Yes.
Okay. But somehow, people will remove the R, become Fahan. Then like some people cannot even pronounce Fahan. It's like Fahan, like that. So I like, wow. Then as the years go by, I somehow need a artist name. Right.
So you go back to that.
Yeah. So I just think back, like, what is the name that is short, simple, catchy, people will remember. So I was thinking back, I said fun. Yeah, fun. Fun sounds cool because one thing is I just remove whatever the alphabet, the R and the H, where people cannot, especially the H where people cannot pronounce. So it became fun, and most of my Malay friends call me An. So fun.
Wow.
Yeah, and then I realized that fun is actually fun because I'm a fun guy. Yeah. So yeah. So I stick with that name.
With you for so many years.
Yes, so many years. Yes. And then I also have another nickname which is Shaki Boy. Yeah. It's not a gaming. It's not a gaming name or what. Okay, this nickname was given by my colleagues back then when I was in Starbucks. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, if you met me in person, I'm not that tall. So back then when I was working in Starbucks, we have this machine, the coffee machine called a Lama Zoko. So when I stand behind the machine, right, you literally cannot see me. Then back then, I always had a mohawk hairstyle. So when I was working, when I was on shift, right, the only thing you can see is just the top of the hair. Then they all was like, yeah. Then they were like joking, "Hey, shark boy, shark boy, shark boy." And then it stuck there, become Sharky boy. Yeah. So yeah. So basically, that's where I got the nickname Sharky boy. Yeah.
So I think you need to cut your hair back to the same mohawk style to relive the good moments back when you were working at Starbucks.
Well, no lah, lazy lah. Now want to go barber, so must save entry here and there. It's okay lah.
buy a shaver lah, you know.
Yeah.
But say that if he has one more nickname, read my first name backwards. Tan Tao Hong.
Oh, Tao Hong is the
oh my
Hokkien
god.
for crazy.
Oh.
Head got problem.
Oh my god. Tao, I'm sorry. We just happened to talk about your name and then
This happens.
now
Oh my
this
god.
happened and then everybody now knows
Oh
that
my god.
you are a crazy red beat.
Yeah, but interesting, if he like what you mentioned, he introduced himself as Red Bean. Because honestly, I mean, we are born without choices. This is what I felt because we don't get to choose our name, so our name was given to us. No.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's always a reason why that name was given to you. So if you have a name which you don't like, but somehow it have a weird meaning or what, right? It's either you embrace it or you change it. And I actually respect like those who actually embrace their name. Like chill lah. Like, hey, my name Red Bean. Yeah. I mean, actually,
I think it's to bring out the humor of
correct.
of everybody.
Yeah, and people will tend to remember. Because
true,
it's like not everyone will have that name, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe there's other name which sounds similar, but because you yourself introduce yourself in a different way, people will remember you. Right? Yeah, if I introduce yourself, bro, my name is Farhan. How many bloody Farhan are there in the world?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, a lot. I myself inside my own phone book, I got 6 Farhan. That's the thing. So you say, fun. Yeah, like, hey, fun. Yeah, fun. Yeah.
Okay. True, yeah. I think there are a lot of common names out there, and then some people like to go by their first name. Sorry, not first name, last name, especially when you go to national service, right? Then you got a platoon sergeant or something like that. They always call you by your last name, which is your surname. For
sure
most
not.
of us.
I thought they only call us Mangkok.
That one is generic across the board. But when they are going specifically, they will shout out your name. It's like
Mangkok.
and then for me, I don't know whether you guys have this experience. For me, it's like if a person call me a specific name, I know this person. Okay, my primary school friend or secondary school friend.
Yeah.
If they call me by another name, I say, this one maybe my NS friend.
Yeah. Actually true lah. Like even among my cousin also, I have different names. I mean different nicknames lah. So my mom's side, we just call me boy because I'm the only boy among all the grandchildren. Yeah. Then my father's side, we call me An. Then I have friends who call me Han. But most nowadays we just call me Fun. Yeah. Which is better
lah. Fun sounds fun, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what a lot of people say. You are fun because they don't know how to spell fun first.
Fun.
The first time we meet you, they assume that it's
fantastic.
F-U-N. Yeah.
No.
Fun.
And then
fantastic.
And I think it's a very good what do you call icebreaker name, because people say, "Wow, you call yourself Fun? Is it F-U-N or something else?"
Correct.
Right. So
Yeah.
so it's always a very good when you meet someone for the first time and then you have
Mm.
name. Oh, then it's something that people will tend to remember. That hey, I met a guy. His name is called Fun. You know.
Mm.
So it always boils down to a little bit of your memory that people remember about you, because that's how you remember somebody, right? Either by the
Yes.
name, the
Correct.
voice, or a special appearance and things like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, Win
So
say that my name is Win. Win is like a Burmese name. Uh, Hin Win Ang. Yeah. So Win, do you want to explain to us why
Yeah.
you decided to call yourself Win? Maybe you type in the comment.
yeah.
Win,
Type in the comment.
Yeah.
Win is
Win.
a casino in US.
Yeah.
Oh.
The Win
Ah.
Resort.
But
A
but
big
Maybe
that,
one.
that
maybe he
yeah,
owns.
correct. Yeah, maybe
Maybe
he
he
owns the
owns.
casino.
Yeah. Maybe yeah. Oh, so there's another comment by Julian.
The
My
Titan.
NS company had 30 ton. Imagine the sergeant calling out for a recruit ton.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well,
Tan this, tan that, you
Shook,
know.
yeah.
this is
Yeah.
quite interesting because actually Singapore have a lot of tons. You realize
Yes.
tons. Okay, I'm reading. Reading this article in 2015. So they did a research on the common Singapore Chinese surnames.
Mm-hmm.
So number one is Tan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Number
like
two is
our presidential election a few years ago, right? There were 4 tons, and then
Tan.
one of the winner was a ton. So you know,
So so
it's very
so
common.
did the Tans decided to migrate to to this part of Malaysia, Singapore, Southeast Asia?
Maybe.
Sometimes it's quite interesting
Yeah,
because
maybe.
Yeah.
I think
Because
maybe it's that way.
yeah,
maybe yeah.
name does play a part, right? Because
Yes.
like certain country like Indonesia, if you have certain last name, it likely shows that you come from a certain part of Indonesia,
Mm.
and depending on the country, so some country it's hard to differentiate because the name is generic across the country itself.
Mm.
Uh, some is specific. If you come from a specific area, you're likely going to be, this couple of surnames because
Mm.
it's common over the area. It's just like
Yeah.
going to South Korea. I
Yeah.
remember I went there for a meeting once, and I was introduced before Mr. Kim in the same meeting. So the guy who was introducing, he told me, "This is Mr. Kim, Mr. Kim, Mr. Kim." I was
Mm.
like, "Okay, hello, Mr. Kim." It's like awkward, but it's hard for me to remember their name
Yeah.
and then tie to their face, because it's so common and then it occur very fast.
Kim, Lee, Kim,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lee, and Park are the three common surnames in Korea.
Yes, correct. Yeah.
Kim, Lee, Park.
Yeah. I
It's
mean,
quite
I chances that
interesting.
maybe they are all related somehow.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean,
From
that's the
the
reason
same
why
clan
it's
and things like
called
that.
surname, right?
Mm.
Yeah. So
It is. It is. Yeah. I think
so Win asked to pronounce his name. His name is Irwin.
Irwin.
Oh,
Irwin. Yeah.
Irwin.
so if you feel depending,
Irwin.
if you are what he say,
Irwin.
Irwin, if you are in
Irwin.
Malay and things like that,
Irwin.
Yeah.
and if you are watching football, it's Dennis Irwin. Yeah, correct. We agree.
There is. Yeah. From where? Menu.
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 Yeah, I think there's a lot of Manchester United supporter in this chat and live stream.
The only half decent left back they could produce.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, okay. I mean, talking about that, I think we ever talk about this. Like, Melvin did bring up the name Nicky Butt. No. Yeah.
Or especially,
Yeah.
you mean the Europeans?
Yeah.
Yeah,
the
I
know,
last
to me,
name is always very
like
unique, right?
yeah, like why why someone decide to use that name? Okay, maybe back then when they decided to use that word, it's not even associated with your butt, your ass.
Mm.
Maybe they just say backside, so they don't know. No,
Because it's
that's
usually
my mindset
related.
lah.
Yeah, it's usually related to the kind of work that the family is doing, right? So if you are into blacksmith, you likely call Mr. Smith or blacksmith
Yeah.
or something else, right? So
Okay.
I think they always draw a relationship that that is related to them, maybe in terms of the work or the place they stay.
Mm, okay. I'm just having weird things on my mind lah.
Okay. we shouldn't probe further
Yep.
on that name.
Yeah, I don't think your explanation helped lah. So yeah. No, but
Well,
it's
it's a podcast, right? So we just
yeah,
discuss. We know with no ill
right.
intents, right? It's just to have a conversation,
No, but
without
it's
any
interesting
censorship.
lah. Interesting with names lah. Like I was also reading. I mean, I also like to read history, right? So I always wonder why, like, for example, the Pope, when someone become a Pope, why he don't use his name? Why he decide to use another name? That kind
Ceremony
like
name, right? Yeah. So
yeah, but it's I'm not sure whether it's compulsory or not, but like
it is. It is. Yeah.
it
You have
is.
to have
Yeah.
you
So
have to choose a name, when you become the pope.
yeah, but
So it's
why
like
you
a
need to choose a name? Yeah.
I think it's it boils down to being like you are the leader of a group of people, so you want a name that is symbolic. So it's just like
Mm.
Chinese emperor. If you look back at certain history, I might not be 100% correct, but a lot of emperor when they ascend to the throne, they might have a name before that. But when they ascend to the throne, they will choose a name, and that will define that period. So
Ah.
if Melvin ascend to the throne, he might not call Melvin anymore. He might call
Become a
himself
rank.
Green Bean or something like that. Lito.
The number one surname in China is Wang, Wang,
Yes, correct.
Wang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
which means emperor.
Ah.
92.8 million people
Yeah, and because
represent
it's
this.
a it's
Amazing.
everybody want to be an emperor, right? So having the surname, you know, it you
That's the
feel
closest. The
very
Closest.
closest. Yeah, closest thing you ever.
close to being an emperor.
Yeah.
The funny thing is when you go to America, your surname becomes a butt of a joke. If you are Wang. When you go to
Wang, yeah,
America, yeah, they call
yeah,
you
yeah,
Wang.
yeah. I have a friend. I should not mention name. I shouldn't even mention the gender. Okay, my friend told me that one of the family member is going to the States, and
Mm-hmm.
their surname is Wang, Wang,
Okay.
right? And when the person went over there, the person decided not to use the surname, but to call greet the person by another name. So don't mention the surname at all because it sounds like wanker or something like that. That was the explanation that I got. I just
Oh.
find it weird, but I think a name is something that depending where you go, sometimes they pronounce it differently.
Yeah. Correct.
Genuine mistake.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's
Yeah.
difficult because it's like Adam, right?
Yeah. Malay we
We
call it
all know
Adam.
it's
Yeah.
Malay called Adam. So sometimes we don't know. We just read, hey Adam, hey no lah, my name is Adam. Okay, and things like that. So for me, I myself also encounter people reading my surname wrongly when I travel, right? So my surname is Lai, and then sometimes I don't know why they can read it as Lee. There was one time I received an article instead of my surname Lai, it was written as Ali. I think typo they type
Typo lah.
A
That one
L
typo.
I.
Yeah.
So I became Ricky Ali. So okay, I find it interesting. But
Yeah.
Batman be Superman. I think is a topic that a name that have been appearing everywhere, right? Okay.
Yep.
So boys, Superman is Indonesian name.
Yes.
Mainly from the island of Javanese. So this is a very common Javanese name in that area.
Correct.
I wouldn't say like very very common, but it's common. So we still couldn't figure out why is it called whether you pronounce it as Batman or Batman or whatever it is.
I think it's
Yeah.
Batman. I just got a feeling it's Batman. Because I mean, I'm not surprised that sometimes parents name their children after names which they like.
Yeah, but
I have friends. I have a friend whose name is Herdy Mercury or Herdy Hercury. The reason is because the father likes Freddie Mercury. So yeah, Herdy Hercury. Then I have friends who is a avid Star Wars fan. He named his son Luke, and he's a Malay.
okay.
Yeah,
Modernized, right, in a way.
yeah, it's
Because
modernized. Yeah,
a lot of people, I mean, not only in Malay, but a lot of people, regardless of the race,
yeah.
they are
I mean,
choosing
but
name that sounds more modern.
correct. But to me, I mean, every name is okay lah. As long that the name don't how to say make the person life difficult lah. Like
Yes.
I just came across this article. Okay, this was in 2018 lah. So in Malaysia there's a longest name record lah. So this girl name is, I think, by far the longest I ever seen also. So okay, let me say out the name. So her name is Princess Aura Nur Emily Amara Aulia Bidadari Nawal Elzendra Muhammad Sufyan. You know that if she's ever gonna get married, good luck, man, to the future husband, because you need to pronounce all this name, and but I don't know how you want to memorize all the name lah. Honestly lah, how many syllables are there? There are 12 words, 12 words. How many? Yeah, you won't use what? So end up, people just call her Nur.
Fun,
No,
you should paste the name on the Facebook chat. And then let
If you take
everybody know.
exam, how? Imagine you got to
Bro,
write your name.
the
Oh, the
OS.
shading one. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Not enough space to shade. Not
By the
enough.
time shade finish, probably
The
time up
exam
on the
over
paper
already.
already.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. Oh my god. Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah,
Imagine your name so long.
yeah. So I'm gonna
That is
I'm gonna
very
read.
long, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna read again.
Princess Aura, No Emily, Amara, Aulia, Bidadari, Nawa, Alexandra, Muhammad Sofia. Oh my god. You need
So
to
what
take
does
a
deep breath to? So what does
Yeah.
the husband call her, man? Princess Aura, or like every day can call her a different name for 7
I
days.
don't know. Depend on the mood, right? If he's in a good mood, hey princess, bad mood, hey you come here, without even calling the name.
Yeah, like the name so long for what? Yeah.
Okay, so a question I ask you guys: if you were to choose a vegetable or fruit as a name for yourself, what would you choose? Just for fun.
Vegetable.
Vegetable or fruit,
Fruit don't have any masculine fruit.
Durian,
Durian. Wow.
Yeah, or you want big
It
and
is
sweet,
pop,
then
eh?
you be the jackfruit lah.
Jackfruit. Yeah.
Jack. Yeah. Actually, how did jackfruit get his name?
I don't know. Maybe Jack brought you home. What is it called, Jack? Oh, jackfruit.
Yeah, why is it called jackfruit? Like, why is it? What is
Well,
it?
we will think about the name that we will give ourselves using.
Yeah.
Fruit or vegetable.
We will tell what we decide by the end of the show.
Yeah.
man. Wow.
Interesting.
Actually,
Walao,
Healthy.
What is
your-
my fruit name? I've never thought of
That's
that.
why the question you give is a
What is my
paper
fruit name?
2 section C 50 mark question.
Well, maybe
Where-
I can get a free gift because I
It's
asked such a
my-
good question.
Fruit and vegetable name. Like, wow. Describe yourself as a fruit. Like,
I can imagine.
wow.
Yeah.
Now
So
I'm thinking.
just imagine like so Durian, can you describe yourself? Then you go for interview. Then
I'm Tony.
I'm Tony. I'm
Sometimes
actually
bitter inside.
I'm from the D13 family. Like
Yeah. beneath the hard
I'm
shell is a
a
soft,
hybrid.
mushy, core.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
wow,
Win. I think he type out this name. I think it's quite famous. There's a meme regarding this, right? I don't know it's Nigerian or what.
Uli Osas.
Something
Wow.
Osas.
I thought
Yeah.
his keyboard spoils. Yeah.
But I think if I'm not wrong, that's a real name, Like
How do you pronounce?
I don't know. There are language in Africa where when they speak, there's the click sound, this kind of thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Uvu wewe one tele Osas. Walao.
It's like
Walao.
mumbling for 10 seconds and then it's awesome.
Maybe the father was drunk when he gave out the name,
Yeah.
Maybe he's using the mobile phone to do registration. And then somebody talk to him about it, and it's like, oh my god.
He using the what? The old Nokia phone where you need to select a alphabet, you need to click certain times. Yeah.
I saw a comment very funny, Julian. I was called sometimes Durian in primary school because it's so similar to my name. Yeah. I do that. Yeah.
Actually, Julian is a very rare name. I don't have many
I have a schoolmate.
friends with Julian.
We call him in Chinese Lulian.
Julian.
I used
okay
to, talk about Lulian. I used to stay in this place called Lorong Lulian. And when I remember my friend first called me and told me he found a flat for me, and he told me the road name is Lorong Lulian. I said like, hey, why don't you tell me there's an online? Yeah, online is just at the back. Oh my god. It's like it's so weird.
Used to be plantation.
Used to be plantation, yes, correct. Later I learned from my neighbors it's a plantation. So in front is durian plantation and then the back is pineapple, which is online. Yeah.
I see.
Interesting names. I mean,
hey, Kumar joined, man. Hi Kumar, how are you?
Is Kumar his real name?
Yeah.
No lah, it's his stage name lah. Let's not make fun of him.
Yeah. But like I say it's interesting because like names I don't know why there's a standardized form. When you want to fill up form, there's a standardized way where you have your first name and last name. Because especially for Malays, right, we don't really practice last name.
Yes, right.
And when you put your last name is your father name lah, your surname so you put. So and if you go to European country, they will tend to call out your last name. So I sometimes have friends who like who call out my father name. They're like Osman. I just look around.
It's funny, right? It's like which Osman?
Because
Osman.
like here got Osman. Yeah. Then there's one time I think I remember in poly, so the lecturer call out my father name. Then I thought there's another guy in the lecture hall named Osman so I just keep quiet And I think she got so angry that she read out the full name. Muhammad Farhan bin Osman. I like, oh me. Why you never answer me? I say, Osman is my father name. How I know?
It's like somebody calling you at home, right? Good morning, sir. May I speak to Mr. Osman? Which one? Mr. Osman. Which one? Mr. Osman. There are 4 Mr. Osman in this house.
Yeah. So
it is weird, yeah.
Even for postage also sometimes same thing. So what I do now, right? Instead of putting my father name, I just put Muhammad as my first name, Farhan as my last name. So you just
solve
come
the
out
problem.
that way. Solve the problem.
Yeah. It is trying to simplify, especially when you travel a lot. It is a problem, especially when your name is long. And
correct.
Because they in the Western world they always change it, last name, first name, and things like that. But it doesn't work for a Chinese name because when you pronounce the Chinese name, the surname always comes first. It doesn't come last.
Yeah, correct.
So it's kind of weird also, because when you watch news sometimes, and they will say, "Oh, this Mr. So and so Chan," so weird. But his name is probably called Chan something,
Yeah.
It's weird. It's just weird.
Yeah. It is.
Yeah.
In Japan, a lot of my foreign friends, they get the Chinese. They have a hard time trying to figure out the structure of the Chinese name. If you have a Chinese name, which one is the surname and which one is the given name. Like
Yes,
Tan,
yeah, because
Tan Xiaoming,
there are
they
so
don't, is it Tan
yeah,
Xiao or Xiaoming or
Mhm,
or
yeah, yeah.
Xiaoming Tan, then they get a bit confused.
and sometimes some people they purposely put it that way, especially when your name has a repetitive name that looks like surname. They do like for example Lee Xiao Li, you know,
Mm.
Oh
the
yeah.
Li in Lee and then they have a Lee behind. So which is the Lee? You know, sometimes you call out and then my name is not Xiao Li, it's actually Lee
Yeah,
Xiao.
yeah.
You know,
Correct,
like
correct.
then what? Why do you want to arrange it in a manner it's so confusing for people to read?
Yes, yes, yes. Correct.
And there are people who decided their Chinese name is so difficult to read. They just call me by my surname. You know, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So sometimes it's quite interesting.
Yeah, yeah.
How how somebody's decision, which is your parents' decision, end up causing you, either inconvenience or
Yeah.
pathway to success, or
Correct. Yeah, lah, I mean, like the longest name I mentioned earlier. How does that name gonna help the girl?
yeah,
No, it's not helping. Like
It's not
I mean, this
helping.
is my personal view. It's not helping because I don't know how a kid, right,
yeah.
a toddler can memorize the name.
Yeah.
Mm.
You know, so it's not easy. And then after that, if you want to find jobs or what, people will just make fun of you lah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Unfortunately, yeah, that's the truth, lah. You know, people
yeah,
will tease and things like that.
correct.
And the thing is, you know, sometimes you have a genuine nice name, but you move to another country, the name sound offensive or it's funny to people. Like what
Yep.
Win was saying earlier on, the Korean singer or actress, her name is called Barbie or something like that, right?
Yes, correct.
Yeah, I read the article a few days ago, and she was being made fun by quite a lot of people from a specific country,
Mm,
we shall not mention. Uh,
yeah.
and she was very upset about it. Yeah, you know, because to her it's a nice name, but the spelling and the sound is a different meaning in another place. So sometimes it's hard you to have a name that is, you know, you can't check on the list, right? Okay, if I type in for example Ricky, how does it sound like in other culture and things like that? Does it
Mm-hmm.
sound offensive and things like that? It's
Yep.
hard to say that,
Correct.
right?
Yeah. Very difficult.
So
Yeah.
unfortunately, yeah, sometimes like what you say, you know, parents might have a good intention to choose a name because of their certain liking, but sorry, the kids have to deal with the consequences.
Yeah. I mean, so usually for Malay Muslims, every name got meaning lah. So usually they will search the meaning. I mean, no, usually they will already have the name, then they will try to search in. We have the book. What's the meaning for that kind of name lah?
Yeah, definitely. You
Yeah.
know, like the Chinese, they some of them they will go look for, you know, like a guy that, you know, decipher the name and depend on your luck and auspicious and things
Yeah.
like that. I believe a lot of culture all does that,
Correct. I think that's
right?
that's
So
better lah. I mean, okay, like for example, my name Farhan. If in Arabic, right, it's I mean in the Quranic or Arabic text, the meaning is happy, joyous, and rejoicing, which is literally fun, no?
yeah,
Yeah,
makes sense, lah.
correct. So yeah, so fun makes sense, ah. Yeah, fun always makes sense.
Mm.
Fun
Fun
and
always
funny.
makes sense. Yeah. Fun. Okay.
Yeah,
Fun.
yeah. Okay, so Win asks, how about Indian names? I think Indian names also quite interesting.
Yeah.
Usually the friends we have, right? Okay, I have a few Indian friends who I just call Raja, Gopal, Karthik. But end up that's not the full name. No, they have longer names. And
Yes, correct.
usually it's not easy
They,
to
yeah,
Yes.
so like
Yeah.
because
it's
they want to simplify the, you know, how for people to pronounce their name,
correct,
because it's very
correct.
tiring to explain, right? Oh, how do you pronounce your name?
Yeah.
And then the name is
Mm.
very very long. I remember I used to go to camping, and then they will play this game. They'll split us into different groups, right? And then they'll say, okay, we are looking for a person with the longest name, and then this group will get a point or something like that.
Mm.
Then obviously, when you look at the Chinese, then don't bother lah. Our name will not be very very long. So we have to literally turn to other people who has longer name, like maybe a Malay name or Indian name because
Mhm.
their name is longer than most people, right? So usually they will be the one representing the team.
Mm.
So in that case, if that princess lady take part, she will win, hands down. You know, it's so long.
Very long. Very, very long.
And then there are some culture that you go right, they will use a short form of their former name, right? So, for example, if you maybe go to the Western world, instead of people calling them Richard in the States, they might call themselves Dick, you know, or or Ricky, you know, depending where they are from. So yeah,
Mm.
they are not, or you know, instead of calling him or her him Robert, so it might be called Rob or Bert, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So
And
I
and it's quite interesting, like how they have this mindset that Robert is actually very long name. So they decide to call, yeah, I just call you Rob.
Wrong.
Yeah. So what about
but
the what about the girl? Sorry,
in the
the girl is the
US,
topic today.
so in the US, they are, I was told by some people that they prefer a single syllable, so it's easier to call, right?
Mm.
Uh,
So like calling fun
Yeah,
is
correct.
easier than call funny, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Or Melvin is easier to call Mel. And
Yeah.
then some people call me Rick because it's just one syllable.
Yeah.
So it
But
depends.
yeah, but Mel can be misleading lah. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, but when your wife call your full name, then that's it already.
Yes. Not only your wife,
That's
no. Your mother also.
Yeah.
You
oh,
it
yeah.
start off with the mother. When the mother
Oh,
shout out your
it start off,
full
and in
name,
school also.
That's it.
yeah.
Yeah.
As long the full name is mentioned, right?
That's it.
Yeah, you're in
By
trouble.
yeah. Especially
By,
when how to
by a
say,
woman, so to speak.
yes.
Any
Yeah.
woman that calls you by your full name, you hide.
You hide,
Yeah.
bro, hide. Hide. You
In
can dig
school,
trench,
you
you
are
dig
dead.
trench, yeah.
Yeah.
Can find bomb
you
shelter,
just,
go find bomb shelter, you know.
correct, correct. First thing you
When
do
you
is,
sound bomb shelter in the house can open the
yeah,
door and no lock, so doesn't help.
first thing you do is just say sorry.
Yeah.
You don't
Just
have to know
sorry.
what you did wrong, just say sorry.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why are
Anything
you
wrong,
sorry
right?
for? I'm just sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
So
Yeah.
why are you sorry? See, it become another issue. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
this one
see,
we're gonna be another topic.
yeah, sorry. Yeah,
Yeah. We're gonna
correct.
invite a lady speaker, guest speaker, and then
You actually, yeah, true.
get the different perspective on the.
Perspective, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good for
What
discussion, I think.
correct.
So
So
let's go back to
we
the name that
names.
we talked
Yeah.
about. You know, if you were to choose a name after a fruit or vegetable, what would you choose?
We
For
let
those on Facebook,
Melvin.
you can
Wow.
type in the comment, you know, join the fun. If we see something, maybe we like, we might give you something.
Yeah, we might give you the fruit.
Yeah, jackfruit is easy because it's all along the street. Jackfruit and
Yeah,
mango is easy to find.
give you durian lah. Now durian season.
Cheap, $4 can get Mao Sang one.
So Mel, what have you chosen?
Me,
Mm.
wow. Oh, there's actually this fruit called Buddha's hand.
Oh
What?
yes, Buddha's
This
hand. Yeah.
fruit called Buddha's hand.
Buddha's hand. Wow.
Yeah,
Yellow
What
in
fruit is that?
color.
yeah, yellow in color.
Yeah, the structure of the fruit looks like.
Yeah, it
Buddha.
looks like a Buddha's hand. Yeah,
Yeah,
Oh, it's a
I
fruit.
think
Ah.
it's a nickname lah.
Buddha's
You
hand.
know,
Yeah,
they definitely have a scientific name behind it. I think. Yeah.
and there's this cucumber looking like fruit in Mexico called Monstera deliciosa.
Oh, that one sounds cool.
That, okay, it doesn't sound
Monstera
like a fruit or vegetable. You have to choose something common, you know, like grapes, carrot.
Yeah,
So,
don't so chim lah. Later OAS paper how you want to shade.
yeah, right. You can choose a Japanese pronunciation of it, Mel. You know, for example, if you don't want to call yourself apple, you can choose a lingo, you know,
Ringo Star.
or grape, you can call puto, you know, momo, peach, you know, things like that. Sounds Japanese, but it's actually a fruit.
Ichigo. Ichigo is
Ichigo,
nice.
strawberry.
Strawberry.
Yeah,
Strawberry.
Ichigo.
Ichigo. Ichigo. Yeah. Ichigo. Yeah, I will
Cool.
call Ichigo.
or you call yourself radish, but you want to sound nicer, you call yourself daikon.
Daikon. Daikon. Daikon.
Daikon.
Ichigo.
Radish.
Ah.
Ichigo. Udo is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fudo is great. Yes.
Udo is good.
So
Or you can choose banana. Banana.
Uh,
That's the Japanese pronunciation.
What is this? Mikan, Mandarin orange. Actually,
Yeah.
Mikan. I
Mikan.
will choose
Yeah.
Mikan.
Mikan.
Yeah.
So that will be
Mikan.
my name because my Mikan is where it is the produce of my wife's hometown.
Yes. Very popular.
Ah,
Yeah.
Mikan, yeah, Mikan.
Mikan. There's
Yeah.
another type
In
of
fact,
orange
it's
like what? Lokan.
uh,
I think. I think so. Anyhow,
Just
remember.
don't simply name something can behind can. Then myself, you call yourself makan.
Have lah, have Lokan.
Look,
Lokan or Pongkan. Pongkan.
Pongkang is the
Or Lokan,
it's like Chinese.
Lokan orange is from China. Because I remember this because every time Chinese New Year, right, they will put at the NTUC Lokan orange, Lokan orange.
oh, okay.
Lokan.
So you
Yeah.
want that name?
No lah, no.
Lokan are clams,
You search Lokan orange.
Lokan bakar, clams. Lokan clams. They are clams.
Yeah.
Lokan.
Like for me, I mean when you ask the question, right? So I already have this
Oh
thing
yeah,
on
you're
mind.
right. It's
Asparagus.
called Lokan Mandarin orange.
Asparagus. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Then while I was thinking about that, right, my wife was watching lah. So my wife WhatsApp me asparagus also. Walao, she can read my mind. Scary.
Oh,
Yeah.
Asparagus.
she's gonna call your full name soon. At 11 o'clock, she's gonna call you.
Muhammad asparagus.
Asparagus sounds sophisticated.
Yeah, sounds smart lah. Sounds smart. Yeah.
Asparagus.
I think I'll go with jackfruit lah. Big. A lot of fruits inside.
Why you want to take away Jack name?
Yeah.
Yeah, don't take away people fruits, eh?
Jack. Jack. Jack.
Yeah, I think it's nice.
Jackfruit. Jackfruit. Yeah. I need to find out why they call it jackfruit.
Oh, Win have an interesting comment. He say, like his wife, everyone call her Ayu, but her name is Shida. Okay, so then
Why? Yeah, there must be
Yeah.
a reason why.
Correct.
Nickname,
Yeah.
right?
then the uncle name is Jamal, but people call Aziz. Interesting.
Why?
Interesting.
It's just like those Brazilian footballer, right? You without googling, you won't know their full name.
Yeah.
You probably know them like Ronaldo, Ronaldinho.
And Ronaldo is like generic like name for some people.
Yeah, but the thing is now, if you call yourself Ronaldo, there's a certain standard you need to maintain.
Yeah, like actually true lah, true.
Yeah, the name itself is a pressure, right? Because you look at some footballers, their father is so famous and so good back in the days that by wearing their name, itself is a pressure.
Yes,
Right?
actually true.
I remember Manchester United have this player called Jody Cloyf, son of the great Johan Cruyff, right?
Mm.
So because they always use the last name on the jersey, and the first season I remember it was Cruyff, and the expectation was really big because you come from a family that your dad really is a very good player, one of the best players from
Correct. I mean,
Netherlands, right?
even locally also we have
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like the Fandi sons all.
Yeah.
So when the sons all start to play football, so the pressure was there lah, because the father is a national icon mah.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
Who
So
doesn't know Fandi Ahmad? I mean, if you play football in Singapore, you definitely heard of this name before, right?
correct. Yeah.
The
So
rest not
yeah.
really that popular. Of course, I mean, if you look back at maybe 92, 93, period, you probably know more than 11 players' names. But nowadays, if I ask you to name the first 11 of Singapore team, you might have a problem.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Because normally people you only remember names that make an impact, in their life.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
The thing is, you need to constantly be mentioned somewhere, right? So in order for people to know that you actually exist, if you
Yes,
are a
correct.
footballer, you must be, constantly engaging people so people know, hey, I know this player, XYZ playing for this team and so on. It's like making yourself relevant, taking
Mm.
a leave from those Hollywood actors, right?
Yeah.
Every mention is good, be it is bad or good or bad in the papers, but it's good for them because their name got mentioned, for free, without paying something.
Yeah.
So sometimes they might go around creating a news just to be relevant in the news again.
Yeah. I mean,
Like
like,
Britney Spears, right?
correct,
Shaving her
correct.
head botak, and every newspaper is talking about it. Even our Straits Time and or newspaper will be talking about it. So yeah, it's about making themselves relevant again.
Yes. So I always feel names are important.
It is important,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, it is important because if it's not important, people wouldn't give names to the children and stuff. Just number you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this kind of thing.
Well, there are some people who name their kid as for example, something something junior, right?
Mm,
Maybe they want them to follow take over the legacy and things like that.
yes.
But I find if you are you are successful, the kid will feel pressure, right?
Yeah. I mean, I think some of the royalties practice this lah.
The
I mean,
the
you
Roman
might have
numbers.
you might have a different name, but when you take over the throne, right, then you gonna use your father name, so you become the King Henry the First, King Henry the Second,
Yes, correct. Yeah,
this kind of thing. Yeah, it's just the legacy lah, that kind of thing.
you just name Alexander the Great. If
Yeah,
it's a female, then you just call Alexandra the Great.
correct.
So you have two
And
names.
it's interesting. Back then, I mean, during the medieval times, people give your nickname right as what you are. So if you are a coward, right, they might call you like Ricky the Coward. You know, and if like you are a handsome guy, then like Fun the Handsome, that kind of thing. Yeah. So it's interesting lah. Like nowadays people will just call you botak, if it's so, that kind.
Okay. Talking about nicknames, sometimes when people give you a nickname, it's not because to shame you or something like that. But I think it in a way it allows them to associate your appearance to them,
Yeah.
so to identify.
I mean,
Of course, it must be
you
in the
need
close
to
circle,
correct.
right?
Yes,
You
you need
don't
to
go
know
to a
the
random,
line lah. Yes.
yeah, you don't go
Yeah.
to a random stranger, say, hey, botak, fatso, or apui, or
Yeah.
whatever, right? So it's
Correct.
kind of very rude. But nowadays, it's very difficult to hold a simple discussion anywhere because the moment you mention one word, wrong word, everybody get triggered because, oh, you are racist, you are bullying me, and things like that.
Yeah.
I find that there's a lot of pressure. So if I'm going to call you something, a name, and then you might find, hey, I'm offended because you call me something.
Yeah. I mean nowadays I ever came across this article. People are also offended by mathematics questions on primary school where they always say like for example, Akau have $50, Kumar have $10. Ali want to borrow from Akau, this kind of thing. But when they read that, they say like, why must always have that social stigma in that kind of
Yes,
question?
correct,
Like, but to me, like, hey, it's just a maths question lah. No need to think so hard lah. You
correct.
know?
That's why I say
Yeah,
it's hard to hold a conversation because everybody get offended easily,
yeah,
right? So if I were to buy some uh, food to pass it to you, and then I bought a packet of mee rebus. Hey, fun, here's a packet of mee rebus for you. And Melvin, here's a packet of char kway teow. But you might feel offended because, hey, why you buy mee rebus? Is it because
yeah,
I'm a Malay, that's why you buy me a mee rebus,
yeah,
or you buy me char kway teow because I'm Chinese, but I like to eat mee rebus
yeah,
because and things like that. So it's hard to hold a conversation. Yeah.
yeah. No, but what is interesting, right? I mean, it just come off me. When you go to Indian stall, everyone call the guy a man. Hey man, prata tu, hey man, biryani one. That guy, whatever his name is, just become a man. Man.
Yeah,
Right?
it's a local culture, right? So like if
Yeah.
you go to Indonesia, if you go to the food place, right? Sometimes you greet them as a mas, or whatever part or something like that. So it's
Mm.
like local thing. So sometimes people take everything out of context.
Yeah.
Right. So if one day if you come to me and say, hey, Ricky, Tawan, then should I be offended? I should be happy. Hey, I will be saying to you, hey, fun, learning Mandarin now.
No lah.
Right. Yeah. So
But yeah, but uh, I mean, like I say lah, names are important lah.
it is
Like for
important.
me, the reason why I say this is because when we look at past histories, when World War One, World War Two, it's quite sad that when people pass on, people die in battle, and they cannot identify the person,
Yeah.
and the only way to identify a person is by the name, and it's quite sad when you see graves, tombstone without name, you know.
Yep.
Yeah. So I say like
John
yeah,
Doe. Just a John Doe. Right?
yeah,
America, they just call you John Doe if they don't know your name.
Yeah. I think
It's John Doe or Jane Doe.
whatever discussion it is, just take it with in a light-hearted manner, and we shouldn't just be offensive, or sorry, I mean offended the moment people mention certain things, because sometimes it's just a discussion or just something that we talk about,
yeah,
so doesn't mean we are discussing name means we are disrespecting people, but it's
correct.
a good knowledge to understand. So to understand people's name, you have to talk about it, you have to read about it, and then learn. Then you will understand,
Yes.
why are people being named in this manner, right? So for
Mm.
example, today,
Yeah.
Fan mentioned that the lady name is so long, princess, etc., etc. Maybe we go dig further in the future, or somebody might go and investigate, then they might find the real meaning behind the name, right? Yeah, it's long, but there might be some meaning onto that, right? You just
Yeah.
don't simply do that for fun,
Yeah.
because it's not funny at all.
Actually, be interesting. You ask your parents, right? Why did you like
Yeah.
why is your name? What went through the thought
Correct.
process?
I mean, so far I haven't even
Right.
I never
Yeah, that
asked my parents.
conversation.
Yeah, this conversation before with my parents. Maybe we should, like why
Yeah.
you decide to name me
Correct.
this out of
Because
the 1,000 names, right? Why you
exactly,
scale
yeah,
down to this?
correct. Because I'm
Well,
sure there will be
definitely.
like 3 or 4 other names, right? That is
Yeah,
also considering. They are also
correct,
considering, right?
correct.
But it just
Because
somehow
it's like for some Chinese name, right? They were like, for example, your surname is Tan, and then in the middle name you call yourself uh, Mei, So if you have 3 kids, you call the first one may call Mei Li, second one call Mei Mei, and the third one call Mei Hua or something like that. So some family they do that,
Mm.
maintain the surname you can't
all
change.
the
So
Correct, correct.
the middle character will all be the same, and then the third one is the different shape.
Yeah, my family do that. So,
um,
how I think my parents decide to just stay with the F.
mm,
Yeah, so I'm Farhan. My sister is Farhana, and the third one is Farah. Yeah, but from the three of us, right? I mean, okay, me and my sister Farhana is okay lah. It's quite common. We have the 2 syllables. So mine is Muhammad Farhan, then hers is Nur Farhana. But my youngest sister is so called the how to say can say the millennial kind of the Y2K generation.
The
So
bug.
start to have the 3 syllables name. Yeah, so
Oh,
her name is Nur Farah Atika. But honestly, right, we only call her Farah. There's 3 syllables, we only use 1.
yeah.
Yeah. So back to that long name lah. So I don't know what. Yeah.
you should
Interesting
ask her
lah.
how she feels.
Yeah, interesting
Like her name is different from the rest of
Maybe
the
if she's listening in, she might end up typing in the comment.
I mean,
Yeah, of course, when she call you your full name, right? Muhammad Fan bin Osman. Okay, jalan already, jalan. Lock the door. Right?
no, yeah, wow. Actually, it's a never-ending
Yes.
topic. I don't know. Every time you have new funny names that comes out every year, like some people will just make some half a name here, half a name there, and they come out with
Yeah.
some like weird.
So I guess today it's it's fun because we get to understand why fun is called fun, and we all each have a name that is related to a fruit or vegetable. You know, mikan, jackfruit, and what's that? Lokan, is it?
Asparagus.
Lokan.
Asparagus. No, sorry, not lokan.
Asparagus.
Must sound professional, you know.
Yeah. You will just add one more name in front now. Organic asparagus. You know? Take a first and last name. So to everybody who is tuning in to us today, thank you very much for tuning in again. We're going to keep this session to an hour, and then we'll see you. Oh, before we end it, so tune in to us this Saturday at 9 p.m. We have our friend Alan. He will be sharing his newly released book, Silhouette. With us. He will share the insight on how to create the book and the stories behind the book. So there might be some nice goodie during the session. So tune in to us 9 p.m. this Saturday. Same Facebook page, and we'll see you soon.
Yep.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.